Hey traders, checking in on the stock market today. More sideways trading on the major indices and more rotation into our growth names. Awesome to see the thesis playing out. Again, it's playing out slowly. I'm used to my theses playing out over an hour or a day or two, and this is one that's taking weeks to play out. But just watching the little clues in the end of today had some really nice action on it. I'll show you what it means. So first off, when you have a time frame that has a very clear pattern, like the 4-hour time frames right now for the S&P 500 and for the NASDAQ futures chart, for me, that says don't pay attention to anything except for this pattern. I know what the bigger picture is, but all I care about is this support and this resistance until they convincingly break one way or the other. We just had a lot of volatility in the last 10 minutes of trading here, and now after hours. Let's look at SPY. SPY on the 5-minute time frame into the close, just wild action, and then after hours a pump up to the high of the day here being tested. So we're testing this resistance overnight on the S&P 500 futures, and what was happening at the end of the day in this last 10 minutes was snow globe shaking, and now all these little flakes are settling in as the rotation is going on. So we saw the rotation yesterday where the broader market was sideways and our growth names saw strength, and this last 10 minutes shows us that's exactly what's going on. So the thesis of rotation into growth is clearly playing out. It's just a question of how much follow through do we see on these moves, and we have to break the highs of May on the monthly candles. The highs of May need to break in June for the monthly higher lows to be set and for us to then be scouting monthly lower highs. The one thing that was wrong about the thesis, I thought the rotation would be coming out of the financial sector and the energy sector, and it's not. It's coming out of our major tech names, at least most notably today, and I'll show you that in just a second. So the S&P 500 futures chart, very clear, resistance being tested. If it breaks bullish, all-time highs are on deck. The NASDAQ is the same thing. Bounced off support this morning, didn't break resistance. We're right in the middle of this range. I don't care about anything until we get a direction. Do we break bearish into daily consolidation? Do we break bullish into bullish continuation? So let's just go over the end of the day here, and you can see that SPY candle, but really what it was, let's look at big tech. Amazon, last 10 minutes, all out flush. Really the last hour it was dropping, last 2 hours, but that last 5-minute candle, look at the volume. So our average volume per 20-minute or per 5-minute candle over the 20, let's try that again. The average volume on the previous 25-minute candles leading up into the close was 6,500. So 6,500 shares, and that last 5-minute candle was 77,000 shares traded. So 10 times the average into the close. That's not surprising in the sense that it's increased because you see increased volume from the open and the close. But that is notable in terms of how much greater it was. Apple did the same thing. Massive volume on the flush. I think Google did as well. Look at this big tech flush here. So big tech flushes for 10 minutes. Where did that money go? Tesla, last 10 minutes. NIO, last 10 minutes. ARKK, last 10 minutes. Biotech sector, last 10 minutes. These are all of our growth names. Did TAN see any? Nah, not much notable. Who else we got? I don't know. You get the idea. So out of big tech and into growth. And that happening in the last 10 minutes like that, it really masks it to a certain degree, where it's fast and hard and right at the end of the day. And again, that's just the continuation of the trend that we've been seeing over the last 2.5 weeks, where the rotation has been taking place. And again, as I've talked about in the previous videos, when Apple and Amazon trade sideways, it allows for rotation to take place. When Bitcoin trades sideways, money rotates into the altcoins. Now we're seeing Amazon and Apple trade sideways, and QQQ, again, it's going up comparatively. Not the last 2 days, but if you look at the last 6 days, 7 days, what QQQ has done compared to its two most important holdings, the largest holdings, Amazon and Apple, both are not up from 7 days ago. They're flat, but QQQ is up. That's because money is rotating into the other names that make up QQQ. And we're seeing it in the growth names. All right, there was wildness today. When you see sideways trading like that in the S&P 500, for me it means trade less. Volume and volatility equal opportunity as a trader. When you're sideways and tight, that means there's less opportunity. So that means you need to go finding the individual names that have the volatility to be worthwhile. AMC, GME, the Reddit stocks exploding again the last couple of days. And AMC right now is dropping 4% after hours, and TLRY. So just some names that have massive volatility. So huge breakout on AMC, and that allows for big time opportunity. Whether it's a flush or a bull move, I traded it a few times today and really just sat down at the computer at the end of the day here and just played a couple little oversold bounces. Nothing notable, some small wins, but TLRY had volatility as well. We had a drop first thing this morning and a big drop. So a 5.5%, 6% drop. And then into the end of the day, we've got a 6% bull move and we're up after hours. Everything's up after hours because whatever that snow globe shaking that was going on there, QQQ's up 70 cents. SPY is up $1.10. The MJ sector's up after hours. So, bulls are in control, and this is a rotation game going on. IWM. IWM bull break. So the bull break had a lack of follow-through. Now we're getting the follow-through, and that's in large part because XLF had a bull day today. We started today with XLF gap up open, QQQ lower open. They then did this through the morning. And XLF dropped down to the low of the day, and QQQ made it up to the high of the day, just under high of yesterday, and then they closed like this again. They did this throughout the day. Boom, boom. They didn't make that noise. But we've got a daily higher low of 219.19 and resistance after 225.93. We broke it. So we're looking really at the all-time high. Nope, it's not the all-time high. 230.95 is the next clear resistance level. And the weekly chart is being saved. Sideways, chopping around, close to rolling over, but not doing so at the moment. So XLF, today's one of those days where my swing position's pretty much flat because I was up in gold and silver, even though I did exit half my positions yesterday. The half positions I have are still up. SPY was up, USMJ was up, and ARC was up. So all my swings are up except for FAZ. So they offset each other in large degree. Pretty flat. So that just means day trading to try and keep that steady account appreciation going. So new daily higher low on XLF. 37.22 is now the most important level. And resistance is 38.10. It's possible that some of the money that's rotating into growth is coming out of XLF and XLE. Because again, we're trading sideways. And sideways trading allows for that rotation to go on. If the market is dropping, you're not seeing rotation going on because you're seeing fear if everybody's dropping. There's a scenario where you see fear, and then once you hit a bottom and start bouncing, you can see the rotation going on. And that's what happened on the COVID dump, where once we bottomed out, really there was sectors that saw the significant inflow of money. But I prefer the sideways way to eliminate the fear aspect of things. Biotech. So biotech sector, daily support hold yesterday. Good save by the bulls. And now we're just looking at 129.05 and 130.32 to try and keep the daily uptrend going. Strong close at the high of the day with that little pump. We're up after hours. So those two resistances, and if they break, the weekly bounce continues, and we continue to create some space to try and shape up a monthly bullish reversal candle into the end of the month, which is Monday. And then June has to break the highs of May. All growth names. Tesla's a beautiful monthly equilibrium, right off support. NIO, bullish reversal candle on the monthly. And again, if we break the high of May and June, monthly bounce underway, which is what we were looking for. SMH, believe we saw inflow here as well, last 10 minutes. Daily chart continues to stand out, higher highs. Did QQQ give us higher highs? No. So SMH is doing QQQ, but better. It's a best impression of QQQ, but doing a better job for the bulls. So we got a higher low every day, still going. 6 days in a row now, and resistance after 247.41 is 251.36. And again, we are watching for a weekly lower high. And the faster and more extended we get up towards 257 resistance with no daily consolidation, the more bears like it for a top fish to just need daily consolidation, being too overextended to take out resistance straight off this double bottom low. Tan, daily bull flag, still not confirming with follow through yet. We did break resistance, but not a convincing solid green day for the follow through. Next resistance after 79.67, 79.81, and then gap fill to 81.70. But the bulls are keeping control, just trying to continue that stair step up, get as much follow through on the oversold bounce as possible. SNDL swing worked. You know I was selling after hours in the 88s, pre-market in the 91s, and then once the bell rang in the low 90s. Gap ups for selling, especially when you go a bunch of percent in a couple of days, 30%. And that's just the trade that I was talking about from the video yesterday while I was recording it and continuously doing this. Who are we missing? MSOS. Solid green day today. So again, I do have small USMJ exposure. I want Curaleaf to break 15. It's sideways. It's ready to go. It's right there. Bulls got to grab it by the horns. 15 and 15.33 need to break on increasing bull volume. But MSOS broke bullish. Increasing bull volume here. I assume that's coming from the higher listed bigger names. GRWG and IIPR. Haven't looked. Nah. Not today. Cresco Labs was up 5.5%. They had an earnings reaction. Either way, MSOS confirmed the daily trend change. That is the first time that has happened since all-time highs. That stands out to us. We're looking for a monthly high or low. It's shaping up. Inside bar on the monthly, and if June breaks 44.14, it's a monthly inside bar bull break, which is what we're watching for. Next resistance level, 43.30, and there's space for a daily high or low to form, anything above 39.17 next time we consolidate. The VIX keeps dropping, daily inside bar bear break, closed at the low of the day, 3 out of the last 4 days in a row, 16.68 and 15.38. Why do we suddenly, we all of a sudden have decimal points that we didn't have before? Unless I'm going insane. 16, yeah, we used to be rounded. Anyways, 16.67 and 15.38 next two levels, and we know the next time we bounce, just looking for a daily lower high. The dollar. So the 4-hour rising wedge broke bull, and we now look like we may be back testing resistance as support. Nope, not enough. So 4-hour high or low. Let's see how long these bulls can go with it. Bulls need to hold 89.89 and see a bull break of 90.18 to see continuation of this bull move. And it's an inverse head and shoulders right now. Just looking at it from this perspective. Left shoulder, head, and this is the right shoulder trying to form. Daily EMA 12 resistance, and bulls have to follow through, otherwise this is an extremely weak bounce, and I would probably regret selling half of my metals if that's all the bulls can put together. So, gold, holding on just fine. 4-hour downtrend did confirm with a lack of bear follow-through, which means potential daily bull flag. No red flags on the daily chart for gold and silver. Silver's a little bit weaker, but it's holding daily EMA 12. Bulls need to get over 28.23. If I was looking to be a real aggressive bull, I would be entering right back into the positions that I exited yesterday. But I'm going to let it play out a little bit, keep an eye on the dollar, and again, not worry about leaving some profit on the table if we do see another leg up. Miners. Miners are one reason why I'm being patient here, because the miners are not breaking bull. If we see a bear break of 38.60, it will definitely stand out. We're just chopping sideways. We're either going to see another leg up or roll into weekly consolidation. Oil, right up towards our resistance line. And that test is right here, right now. So just above 67 is our resistance line. If we reject from it, we're going to stay within this broadening wedge. And we'll look for a pullback. Very curious. Again, I'm learning broadening wedges. I do not trade these patterns. I recognize them. I'm working on recognizing them. And over the next few months, I'm going to be observing. And I'm going to be in my memory banks putting in what are probabilities of breaks. Do falling broadening wedges break bullish or bearish more often? And just getting a feel for the pattern. That's what I did with wedges. Before I started trading them, I observed them for months. And I'm going to do that with the broadening wedges, and this is going to be a great lesson for the memory banks, seeing how it eventually breaks. 4-hour support is 65.47. Natural gas, daily lower high set. We knew that was the most likely scenario. Loss of 4-hour support at 2904 was the indication. Looks like that's the inventory report reaction today. Bulls would have to hold 2829 and break 2973 to confirm a daily trend change back in their favor. We will confirm a daily downtrend if 2829 breaks, and that means zoom out for further weekly consolidation. All right, fun watching rotation take place. No trading Monday, long weekend. Do good things. Hope you had a good day. Keep an eye on those rotation names. And again, if you're not trading the rotation right now, that's perfectly fine because rotation is consistent as far as it will always keep happening as long as markets are around. So if you learn from this, again, I'm not trading the wedges. If you're not trading the rotation, learn from it. Watch the shifting sentiment. It's just like the shifting of the tides or the currents in the ocean. Observe it, get comfortable with it, get familiar with it, and capitalize on it the next time if it's new. See you soon. I'm out of yard content, so we're going back to decade-old Yellowstone road trip, part 3.
Getting to day 3 of the trip.
What are we doing?
We're
See ya.
hiking on our third day of the trip. Yellowstone River right here. Dan, where are we going to today?
Today we're going to H5, I believe? 3?
3 or 5? We're not sure.
H3 or 5.
We're gonna have to check the map.
We'll see. We're looking for a spot in the river to dip. Nice little dip. And we'll take it from there.
Yeah, the water's pretty cold, so
Water is really cool.
we're gonna have to see. Check out that mountain. That mountain is crucial. That thing's big right next to us. That water is freezing. Yeah, it's freezing.
It's chilly. It's pretty chilly. We're all gonna get on the log. Don't warm.
Imagine if all 4 of us just float down the river.
Chosen carefully.
I don't know how good the camera's gonna pick this up, but this is our sunset for camping night number 3. Oh, it doesn't get it. There's some light coming from over the mountains. It's really sick. Streams of light. And sun's going down over here.
Crazy sunset right now. Some purple and pink clouds. Oh, that one looks sweet. We got the whole sky turning colors here. Look at this sky.